Charleston White is the guy who throws shade at hip-hop like confetti at a wedding. He's not afraid to tackle the tough topics, even if it means stepping on a few lyrical toes. He is the unfiltered internet sensation, always diving headfirst into the juicy gossip pool. This time, he lands on real-life productions, armed with a reality check big enough to make Dwight Howard rethink his life choices.
Be a man and say, I like dick if you like dick. Say you want it, or say you need it. Say whatever you got to say, but nigga, be honest. Don't leave us hanging like this here, my cause we all know you did that to that boy.
For 10 minutes straight, he dishes out bombs on the recent gay and sexual assault allegations against Dwight Howard. Let's take an in-depth look at everything he said in this video. Reality check. White mentions that he and Dwight Howard were Instagram friends, but contemplates unfriending him due to recent controversies.
Me and Dwight Howard Instagram friends. Boy started following me about a year ago. I was excited. Boy, Dwight Howard with me. I'm finna go unfriend him today.
The video touches on previous allegations against Howard, suggesting that they once surfaced but faded away.
You know, this ain't the first time they said that about that boy. You know, they said the transfer had said it once before, and the smoke went away.
White claims that recent court documents imply Dwight Howard was involved in a situation where he and an associate picked up an individual off the internet. The conversation suggests that this person was not a regular individual, but implies something more explicit.
And the court documents says that he done had a disposition somewhere where he done told an investigator, him and Kitty done went and picked up a nigga off the internet.
White questions the credibility of these allegations, expressing skepticism about the idea that someone like Dwight Howard, a tall and physically strong individual, would be involved in such activities.
Yeah, y'all used to think this nigga was making up stories. When they tell you these mythical stories about these strong punks in prison who knock out and wake up and the punk sucking his.
He makes explicit and crude remarks, suggesting that the details of the allegations are hard to believe.
I said, man, this nigga lying. Ain't no punk knocking niggas out and sucking dick, and this nigga waking up with a hard dick after being knocked out. How that get hard while he knocked out? They said, no, he just be sucking on it. Well, how the punk make it get up? So you can't make me believe Dwight Howard and Nick.
Charleston White dives into explicit and graphic descriptions implying Howard's involvement in intimate encounters with other men.
Court document said, boy, come back to the house. Dwight Howard, with them big old strong arms, held him down. Now, who would have thought to hold him down and went to sucking on him?
He questions the logistics of such incidents, adding humor and disbelief to his narrative.
Normally, them go to raping you. Yeah. Normally, them big like that go to rape you, trying to shove off in you. Big old like that, begging for some dick, and then going down on some dick. I was heartbroken. I've been avoiding this question for a week.
White implies that Dwight Howard may be hiding the truth and avoiding addressing the rumors directly.
All that, what I do in my bedroom is my business. No, it ain't. You play basketball for the NBA. You done played, you Dwight Howard. And if you bumping with a dick, that's our business.
He suggests that Howard should provide an explanation or deny the allegations instead of leaving people in suspense.
Be a man and say, I like dick if you like dick. Say you want it, or say you need it. Say whatever you got to say, but nigga, be honest. Don't leave us hanging like this here, my cause we all know you did that to that boy.
The discussion then takes a turn into explicit and crude humor, with White making controversial comments about Howard's sexual activities.
Now listen, what do you do with it? Really ain't our business now. But we curious. We all want to know. We all want to know.
He ridicules Howard for supposedly waking up with an erection after being knocked out. He also made explicit and derogatory remarks about Howard's sexual preferences. The talk also mentions Howard relocating to Taiwan, hinting that he might be engaged in activities more accepted or less closely examined in that place.
He can't fool nobody. Everybody know Taiwan is where they got all them boy girls at, my nigga. got a whole name for him over there.
Hey.
They know that. Come on, my nigga. Everybody in the world knows.
Dwight suggests that Howard's move to Taiwan could be linked to societal norms and attitudes.
If you know history, homie, that's their thing. Yeah, that's their thing, homie. So for a nigga to get caught doing what he doing, he over there with Taiwan. He King Kong over there.
In the latter part of the discussion, Dwight acknowledges that the situation may have real consequences impacting people's lives. He mentions a video resurfacing where Howard allegedly grabbed another player's genitals during a basketball game, emphasizing the seriousness of such actions. Dwight suggests that the controversy surrounding Howard's son may be intertwined with the recent allegations against Howard himself. He notes that people are comparing the two situations and that this controversy affects individuals beyond Howard.
We laughing about it, but he got a son that's affected by this.
Yeah, he got a future.
He got a son that been involved into some inappropriate behavior sexually in his public.
Right.
And now all of that is starting to tie in to what his son done.
The discussion ends with Dwight contemplating whether Howard's response or lack thereof is a way of indirectly admitting guilt or asserting his right to privacy. Dwight suggests that, as a public figure, Howard should come out and deny the allegations if they are false.
No, you come out and you have to defend your honor as a man, unless this is his way of just saying I am and y'all leave me alone. And
So-
maybe we should accept that.
There
Maybe
you
this is his way of saying, yeah, I am, so what? Leave me alone.
Leave me alone.
Without
Shut
him
up.
saying it.
Now, you can love or hate the man, but everyone knows this is Charleston White's gimmick. This is what he does. He goes after many celebrities, especially in hip-hop. However, before we look at that, let us understand some things about the controversy surrounding Dwight Howard. Dwight Howard's sexuality. Dwight Howard was hit with serious sexual assault allegations in July 2023. News outlets reported that Howard vehemently denied these allegations, but the damage had already been done. The initial lawsuit was filed in July by Stephen Harper, who claimed that Howard assaulted him at his Atlanta home in 2021. The details of the alleged assault are nothing short of disturbing. Harper's lawsuit included multiple counts, leaving no room for doubt about the severity of the accusations. This case is even more intriguing because this was not the first time Harper had made such allegations against Howard. In 2022, Harper reported the incident to the Gwinnett police, stating that the NBA star had sexually assaulted him. The police conducted a thorough investigation, but ultimately closed the case due to a lack of evidence. However, Harper was not deterred and decided to pursue legal action almost a year later. Howard, on the other hand, responded to the lawsuit, vehemently denying any wrongdoing. He claims that any sexual contact between him and Harper was consensual. The contrasting narratives from both parties have left the public and the NBA community confused. According to the lawsuit, Harper and Howard initially connected through Instagram, leading to a meeting at Howard's residence. The encounter began with consensual kissing in Howard's bedroom, setting a seemingly harmless tone. However, the situation quickly took a dark turn when another man entered the room. Harper alleges that Dwight Howard forced him into non-consensual oral sex, while the other man engaged in sexual activity with Howard. The graphic nature of these allegations is deeply unsettling. The lawsuit further solidifies the severity of the charges brought against Howard, including assault, battery, intentional infliction of emotional distress, and false imprisonment. Harper and Howard released statements through their respective lawyers as the news broke. Harper's attorney emphasized that filing the lawsuit was not an act of extortion, but rather a genuine attempt to seek justice for his client. No court dates have been set at this point, and the length of the legal process will depend on the Gwinnett County court system. The eyes of the public are fixated on this case, eagerly awaiting the truth to be unveiled. The outcome of this legal battle will not only impact the lives of those involved, but also have far-reaching consequences for Dwight Howard's reputation. Dwight Howard's journey to NBA stardom began in his hometown of Atlanta, Georgia. From a young age, it was clear that he possessed a natural talent for basketball. At a towering height of 6 feet 10 inches, Howard's strong presence on the basketball court couldn't be ignored. As he improved his skills, it became clear that he had the potential to be a significant player. In 2004, Howard declared for the NBA draft after foregoing his college eligibility. His decision to enter the professional league straight out of high school was was met with both excitement and skepticism. However, it didn't take long for Howard to prove his doubters wrong. Selected as the first overall pick by the Orlando Magic, Howard quickly made his mark on the team. His athleticism, shot blocking ability, and rebounding prowess were unmatched, earning him the nickname Superman due to his incredible leaping ability and dominant presence on the court. During his early years with the Magic, Howard showcased his leadership skills and determination to succeed. In the 2008 to 2009 season, he led the team to the NBA Finals, a remarkable achievement for a young player. Throughout the playoffs, Howard's impact was undeniable. His defensive prowess and ability to control the paint made him a formidable opponent for any team. With his powerful dunks and intimidating shot blocking, he became a fan favorite and a symbol of hope for the Magic franchise. In the finals, the Magic faced off against the Los Angeles Lakers, led by Kobe Bryant. Despite putting up a brave fight, the Magic ultimately fell short, losing the series in 5 games. However, Howard's performance throughout the playoffs solidified his status as one of the rising stars in the NBA. Following their finals appearance, the Magic continued to build around Howard, hoping to capitalize on his immense talent. He continued to dominate the league, earning multiple All-Star selections and establishing himself as one of the premier centers in the NBA. Off the court, Howard's infectious personality and charisma endeared him to fans around the world. He became known for his playful nature and his willingness to engage with supporters. His larger-than-life persona made him a marketable figure, and he soon became a household name. In 2012, after 8 seasons with the Orlando Magic, Howard was traded to the Los Angeles Lakers, joining a star-studded lineup that included Kobe Bryant and Steve Nash. The move to one of the league's most storied franchises further solidified his status as a marquee player. However, despite the high expectations, Howard's time with the Lakers was marred by injuries and internal conflicts. He struggled to find his rhythm and faced criticism from both fans and the media. After one season, he left the Lakers. He embarked on a journey that would take him to several different teams, including the Houston Rockets, Atlanta Hawks, and Charlotte Hornets. While Dwight Howard's basketball career has been filled with remarkable achievements, his personal life has been the subject of intense speculation and controversy. Numerous allegations surrounding his sexuality have surfaced over the years, with individuals claiming to have been in relationships with him. One of the most prominent allegations came in 2018 when a man named Mason Elijah took to social media to accuse Dwight Howard of being in a secret relationship with him. Elijah claimed that he and Howard had been involved romantically and that Howard had been trying to silence him by sending threats. The allegations quickly gained traction in the media, sparking a wave of speculation and discussion. In response to the allegations, Dwight Howard released a statement denying the claims and asserting that he was not gay. He emphasized the importance of respecting people's privacy. He stated that he would not engage in public discussions about his personal life. Despite his denial, the allegations continued to circulate, fueling further controversy and speculation. In addition to Elijah's claims, other individuals have come forward with similar allegations. These claims have created a whirlwind of rumors and gossip, with fans and critics alike weighing in on the matter. In 2020, Dwight Howard made headlines when he announced his marriage to Taya Cooper, a professional basketball player. The news came as a surprise to many, as Howard had managed to keep his personal life relatively private amidst the media scrutiny. The couple's union symbolized a new chapter in Howard's life, one that promised stability and happiness. However, just a few months after their marriage, news broke that Howard and Cooper had decided to separate. The reasons behind their separation were not disclosed, and both parties maintained their privacy regarding the matter. Despite the end of his marriage, Dwight Howard's personal life is further complicated by his children with different partners. He has 5 children from previous relationships, each with their own unique story. While the details of these relationships have not been extensively publicized, it is clear that Howard has had to navigate the complexities of co-parenting and balancing his responsibilities as a father with his demanding basketball career. Rumors about Dwight Howard's sexuality are getting more attention than the serious assault accusations against him. The media's mix-up of these two matters affects how people see the case. When the sexual assault allegations against Howard surfaced, it was important to handle the matter seriously and sensitively. Unfortunately, rather than discussing the troubling nature of the assault claims, many media outlets sensationalized and speculated about Howard's sexuality. This not only distracts from the seriousness of the assault claims, but also reinforces harmful stereotypes. One example of this conflation can be seen in how certain pundits and talk show hosts have discussed the case. On the It Is What It Is talk show, rappers Cameron and Mace made comments suggesting that Howard's sexuality is the reason NBA teams no longer sign him. Their remarks imply that being gay or bisexual would somehow hinder Howard's career prospects, completely disregarding the fact that the allegations against him involve sexual assault, not his sexual orientation. Even high-profile sports commentators like ESPN's Stephen A. Smith have displayed a biased and contemptuous attitude toward Howard's sexuality. Smith detailed the allegations against Howard with thinly veiled disgust at the thought of sex between men while making fun of the player's predicament. The impact of this conflation diverts attention away from the serious allegations of sexual assault. By focusing on Howard's sexuality, the media creates a narrative that suggests his sexual orientation is more important than the potential harm caused by the assault claims. Dwight Howard's conservative Christian upbringing in Atlanta has played a significant role in shaping the public's perception of his sexuality. His attempts to live up to societal expectations and his admission of having same-sex relations have further complicated the way his sexuality is viewed. Coming from the private Southwest Atlanta Christian Academy, Howard was known for his squeaky clean image. He was expected to be a role model, both on and off the court, and to uphold the values of his Christian faith. However, living up to these expectations proved challenging for Howard, as he often struggled to align his personal life with the public persona he was expected to maintain. Howard's conservative upbringing, combined with his status as a publicly Christian celebrity, has undoubtedly influenced the way his sexuality is perceived. Many of his religious fans may have found it difficult to reconcile their beliefs with the idea of same-sex relations. In 2016, Howard spoke about his mission to use the NBA as a platform for God and to preach his word. He acknowledged the overwhelming pressure he felt to live up to these expectations, stating that everything was at his disposal and all he had to do was reach out and claim it. We'll have to wait and see what happens with the sexual assault allegations against him. Now let's go back to Charleston White. He wasn't always controversial. Let's explore some aspects of his story that many people might not know. Charleston White. In Fort Worth, Texas, Charleston White got involved with the Crips gang as a teenager. Growing up in a tough neighborhood with poverty and violence, he didn't have much guidance or stability. Wanting a sense of belonging, he was drawn to the gang for the companionship and protection it provided. As Charleston became more deeply entrenched in the gang, he began engaging in a series of criminal activities that would shape his life for years to come. Robbery became a means to survive, a way to obtain the material possessions that seemed out of reach in his impoverished community. Armed with a sense of entitlement and fueled by historical oppression, Charleston believed that crimes against white people were justified, a twisted form of retribution for the injustices his community had endured. But it was not just robbery that consumed Charleston's criminal endeavors. He was no stranger to violence, often resorting to assault as a means of asserting dominance and maintaining his reputation within the gang. The streets became his battleground, and he saw himself as a soldier fighting against the systemic oppression that had plagued his community for generations. However, it was a fateful day at the age of 14 that would forever alter the course of Charleston's life. Alongside his fellow gang members, Charleston hatched a plan to steal athletic jackets from a local Foot Locker store. It was a seemingly simple act of defiance, a way to assert their power and claim what they believed was rightfully theirs. But as they made their escape, a white man, driven by a sense of justice, attempted to intervene. In the midst of chaos, Charleston and his friends clashed with this man, leading to a tragic incident. One of Charleston's friends, overwhelmed and scared, fired a deadly shot, causing a loss of life. Although Charleston didn't pull the trigger, he felt intense guilt and remorse. The gravity of the situation hit him hard. The justice system swiftly took action, making Charleston the first juvenile in his county to be sentenced for murder. The possibility of being transferred to the adult prison system loomed over him, a fate that awaited many of his friends who had also fallen victim to the cycle of violence and crime. But fate intervened in the form of several individuals at the Giddings Youth Facility. These individuals recognized something within Charleston, a flicker of potential that had been overshadowed by his involvement in the gang. They saw a young man who, despite his actions, still had the capacity for change and redemption. With their faith and belief in his potential, they convinced the judge to keep Charleston in the youth system. This act of faith became the catalyst for Charleston's transformation. It ignited a fire within him, a burning desire to break free from the chains of his past and forge a new path. He spent the next 4 years in state school, where he learned the true meaning of accountability and the importance of developing a strong moral compass. During his time in state school, Charleston underwent a profound metamorphosis. He embraced the teachings and guidance of the mentors who believed in him, absorbing their wisdom and using it as a foundation for his personal growth. He began to understand the impact of his choices and the ripple effect they had on those around him. At the age of 21, Charleston was released from the youth facility, armed with a newfound determination to avoid the same fate that had befallen many of his friends. He made a conscious decision to become a pillar in his community. With a renewed sense of purpose, Charleston set out on a path of personal growth and community service. He understood that true change starts from within, and he was committed to transforming himself into a positive force for those around him. But his journey was not without its challenges. Shortly after his release, Charleston faced a close call with drug trafficking. The allure of easy money and the familiar temptations of his past threatened to pull him back into the darkness he had fought so hard to escape. He fought the charges and, through a twist of fate, received a mistrial. This near miss served as a wake-up call for Charleston. It reinforced his commitment to staying on the right path and avoiding the pitfalls that had ensnared so many others. He knew that he had been given a rare opportunity to rewrite his story, and he was determined to seize it with both hands. Charleston chose deferred probation situation and made a conscious decision to invest in his education. He returned to school, driven by a desire to understand the criminal justice system that had once held him captive. Charleston pursued a bachelor's degree in criminal justice. His time in school was transformative. Charleston not only gained knowledge and skills, but he also developed a deep sense of empathy and compassion for those who found themselves entangled in the web of crime. He saw firsthand the flaws and injustices within the system, and he vowed to use his education to advocate for change. In 2012, Charleston founded The Hype, Helping Young People Excel outreach program. It was his way of giving back to the community that had shaped him, and a means of preventing others from following the same destructive path he had once walked. Through Hype, Charleston aimed to inspire and guide younger generations, offering them an alternative to the allure of gangs and crime. The program provided mentorship, educational resources, and life skills training to at-risk youth. Charleston shared his own life experiences, using them as cautionary tales and sources of inspiration. He understood that the key to breaking the cycle of crime was to address the root causes and provide young people with the tools they needed to succeed. But Charleston's dedication to his community extended beyond the walls of Hype. He also volunteered at the Texas Juvenile Department, working directly with incarcerated youth. In recent years, Charleston's impact has extended beyond his immediate community. Through his YouTube channel, The Real Charleston White, he has gained a following of individuals who are drawn to his raw honesty and unfiltered perspective. Charleston White gained notoriety by making bold claims about big music stars like Jay-Z. He suggested that Jay-Z should be criticized like R. Kelly. The accusation is based on rumors that Jay-Z had a relationship with rapper Foxy Brown when she might have been underage. Fans and critics alike were quick to condemn Charleston for his audacious claims. However, Charleston remained steadfast in his belief, refusing to back down. His controversial views on the rap industry only added fuel to the fire. Charleston expressed his disdain for the tough guy image that many rappers portray, stating that he doesn't care about DMX or Nipsey Hussle and prefers to see them as the men they truly are. Charleston's comments about respected figures in the rap community angered fans and sparked debates about authenticity in the industry. Many rap enthusiasts see these artists as icons and symbols of resilience, and Charleston's remarks were seen as disrespectful to their contributions and struggles. Critics accused Charleston of seeking attention and stirring up controversy for personal gain, leading to an intensified backlash against him. Despite the backlash, Charleston remained unapologetic. He thought his controversial opinions were important to shake up the current situation and reveal the downsides of the rap industry. He believed that rap music, glorifying violence, drugs, and materialism, was promoting harmful stereotypes and setting a bad example for fans. Charleston faced a lot of criticism for speaking out and received threats from passionate fans who strongly disagreed with him. Charleston defends his online persona, saying he uses it to take advantage of a culture that glorifies criminal behavior. He believes that by using sensational language and imagery, he can reach a larger audience and challenge societal norms. While some may be divided on his approach, there's no denying the passion and commitment behind his words. Despite the attention-grabbing nature of his online presence, Charleston is dedicated to his community work with Hype. He recognizes that real change requires more than just shock value. It comes from building genuine connections and taking meaningful action. Charleston continues to motivate and support young people, providing them with opportunities for a better future.